Hi, Joni here. I just got back from Ukraine and I'm quite tired, but I'll still make a quick video for you. The topic of today's video is the following: why Putin cannot afford peace. But before getting into it, my new campaign is up and running and we have already managed to raise over 10,000 euros. Massive thanks for the support so far. Let's continue and try to finish this campaign so that I can get the 4 trucks to Ukraine in July. The link to the fundraiser's website is in the description below. On that link there's more information about the fundraiser, and that's also the place where you can donate if you want to. Please share and donate if you can. Thank you. Now let's get to the video. Putin cannot afford peace in Ukraine. On the night between Saturday and Sunday, Putin made a surprise press conference at 1:30 local time. He once again rejected a ceasefire proposal from the West, but this time he tried to trick us by proposing something else. He said that Russia is ready for direct negotiations with Ukraine in Istanbul and that they could start soon. That's a classic Putin strategy. He's clearly playing for time. He also clearly thinks that European leaders and Trump are idiots. And he might be right on some of them. He's basically calling Trump's and Europe's bluff. They said that they would sanction Russia even more if it doesn't agree to a ceasefire. And they look very weak if they don't do it now. Trump already praised Putin for his press conference, which is not surprising, but it's horrible to watch. He's so weak that it's really pathetic. And as I'm filming this, no new sanctions have been added on Russia. Let's see if that changes in the next few days. But no matter what, Russia is trying to move the conversation back to where it was in 2022 in Istanbul. Those were not good talks. And Ukraine is in a much better situation now. Back then it looked like Russia might actually succeed, but everyone knows that it's not the case anymore. Even Trump's peace proposals have been way more favorable to Ukraine than what was discussed in Istanbul in 2022. And Ukraine is never going to agree to anything close to what was discussed in 2022. But I truly hope that direct talks between Ukraine and Russia happen soon. And international observers need to be there. That would allow the whole world to see that Russia is not ready for peace and that its demands are unrealistic and absolutely insane. It's time for even the dumbest and most naive and morally corrupt people to understand that it's Russia that does not want peace. And people need to understand why. Putin just cannot afford to end a war that he started on his own terms and that he is losing. Especially since Russia is all in. Russia is all in on every single way in its failed invasion of Ukraine. It has mobilized, heavily recruited, shifted to a war economy, and it has also received substantial military and financial aid from its allies. Its economy now depends on the war. Despite going all in and sacrificing its future, with over 900,000 total casualties, a demographic crisis, and depleted Soviet-era equipment stockpiles, Russia has completely failed to achieve its strategic objectives in Ukraine. Putin knows that he won't achieve them, but as long as the war continues, he won't have to admit it. He is also convinced that the longer the war drags on, the more people will forget about these goals. Finally, he's also convinced that his negotiating situation is going to improve over time. He thinks that Russia can outlast the West. And with very little pressure on him from the US and Europe, he has no reason to stop. But that doesn't mean that he won't agree to a temporary ceasefire at some point. He might do it to play for time. But whether Russia agrees to a temporary ceasefire at some point or not, it won't signal the end of the war. Russia would use the pause to regroup and prepare for new offensives. This is a war that Russia cannot afford to win, but it also cannot afford to stop. Putin's legacy is on the line, and because of that his main incentive is to play for time. He cannot afford to end a war he cannot win. But he also doesn't want more sanctions on Russia or more aid to Ukraine, so he's trying to manipulate Western leaders. Many Western leaders have been weak and stupid enough to fall for it until now. Let's see if that changes anytime soon. Do you think that Russia will be forced to accept a temporary ceasefire at some point just for the looks? If not, how long will it take for Western threats to turn into action? I want to hear your takes on this. Write your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget to donate to the campaign if you can. Ukraine needs it. Once again, the link to the campaign website is in the description below. That was it for today's video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe and see you in the next video. Thank you.